Hi guys, I'm Bob Johnson. How you doing? I wanted to show a quick video on how we handle installation and inspecting of these springs. Forgive my appearance. I know I look like a cruise ship bartender, but it's Casual Friday, okay? These last samples you sent look very good. They're still off the 3.5 to 4 degrees as we discussed. These wheels I've tested back to 2004, 2008, different wheels that I've saved, and they pretty much haven't changed as far as the helix angle, thicknesses, that type of thing. The helix retainer, the 12715 as we call it, we recently changed, like you know, so that we shifted the coils. Here's a drawing. We shifted these coils upward slightly on one side to bring, because this part actually caused it to sit about 4 degrees off in the helical spring. We never attacked that because they always worked in your springs, but then your springs were always off about that amount in the opposite direction. That's why when you thread them together, they look good. Let's see. Let me take this. Room's kind of a mess, I know. It'd make a great poster room for 6S. This is where I do the messy work. Now and then they throw some food under the door. What I'll do is put this in and wind it in, same way you would. And not that far, a little more, there we go, so that all sides are connected. And it's in about that much. We wind that far. And then I'll take the wheel. I know you like these pliers. I'll send you some. I have to make them first. And we'll wind this onto the wheel. You know how to do that. Until the straight portion of the wheel aligns with the straight slot in the wheel, and the straight part of the spring are parallel. Now at this point, we'll jockey it around as much as we can and check for straightness, which that's what we wind up with, which the straighter and truer that turns, the better. Now, they've always been off some degree over the years, depending on different lots of helical springs, how it attaches to the wheel, those end coils, how much gap, how straight they are, how much the coil itself is angled. Those all affect this. This amount, we do an additional bit of tweaking sometimes by deforming the floor of the wheel to bring it back into true. And to make it spin a little bit better. So the Now at this point I'll attach it into this mating part, and we'll compress, check for load with an indicator. I'll check for distance, I'll check for where it goes solid, see if we have enough travel. Inspection, we'll also be inspecting these springs, our QC department. Just as a spring, take these parts out. Come on, Bob. With pins, and they'll also check for rate, length, wire diameter, everything on the envelope drawing. What do I do with my pins? I must have moved them. Oh, here they are, right in front of me. Very good. We'll put these in by 2 coils here. We'll put this one in. They're snug fitting. By a couple of coils here. And as you can see, there's your 4 degrees. If this were straight, naturally we could use the straight helix retainers and everything would be true. But at this point, since you've already mentioned that this is how they come out without and still maintain rate, we're going to continue to use our older helix retainer that will allow it to work with these helicals, because it's off in the opposite direction, so the 2 parts together makes it fairly straight. Now if I just test with the helix retainer and spring, the guys on the line do this a lot easier, of course. One more. There we go. Looks pretty straight. Off a little, naturally. The spring is off this time a little bit more than our offset on the connection on the helix retainer, so we still get a little off, but that's usable. We're doing okay with it so far. That kind of pretty much explains it. Like I said, I'll get you some of these. Appreciate all the efforts you've been putting so far. Communication's the key. Good luck with that, and anything you need, please let us know. Thanks.